Well, hey there everybody, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night, and welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Deluxe. Alright, let's do another freaking Transformer review, because I love some freaking Transformers, and I'm excited for this. Starscream is my favorite character. So today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. Man, look at that beautiful artwork as always. Nice display. 30 steps to transform. He is deluxe scale. On the side, once again, same art, looks beautiful. On the back, you can see him bot in alt mode, and you get to see the 30 steps. That is really cool. And on the side, very nicely done. Once again, some great artwork. Man, I wish they was making some more of these movies, man. Golly, that sucks. But anyways, as always, hit me up on like, shares, prayers, and care bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. And go to Show Z, buy some Transformers Deluxe 32 at the top. So let's get right to it, and let's talk about some Transformers 1 from our Starscream from Transformers 1. Let's freaking go. Let's go. All right, we'll take a quick look at what he comes with. Instructions as always, and I always like the instructions for Hasbro. They're nicely, nice big pictures and everything, easy to follow. You get his two little teeny tiny null rays. They might be painted. It looks like it's got a nice sheen to them. So very nicely done with that. You get two of those. You get this part that's going on, as I guess you can use it as a gun too as well. Could use it as a flamethrower or something like that, like Megatron had in the movie. Be cool for a Starscream to have one too. Gunmetal silver, and you got some kind of a reddish maroon right there. That's very nice. And you get this little other gun. This will go also in alt mode. Gunmetal silver right there. You do got some waffles, and you can combine these two guns right here to make a super duper gun, which is pretty cool. Nice little option. All right, so there you go. That is what Starscream comes with. Whee! Alrighty, and here is Transformers 1 Studio Series Starscream in his alt mode. I think it looks pretty good. From this angle, there is a different, other angles, it's not going to look that good, and I'll show you that in a minute, but very nice. Got nice gold, kind of a goldish paint right there for the cockpit. You got tons of, guns right here on the side with their painted gunmetal silver. You got the guns underneath, with that attached right there, and you got the two null rays, which is nice. You got the nice intakes, which has gunmetal silver, and same thing up here. That is all painted. Here's the little add-on right there. It's got some nice paint, like I said earlier. Very nicely done, but you got the nice blue strip right there. Looks good. So I like it. Not bad. Then when you turn it around, that's when it looks kind of meh. You do see the hands sticking out, the feet right there. It's not the worst thing, but, after seeing the Siege, Tetrajets, man, they were really good. They just kind of threw that in just to look like that. So not the best looking right there. Right there, that's pretty good. The wings do move up and down a little bit. Make sure that there's a C-clip right here on this wing that tabs into the side. Make sure that it's, tabbed in. Once you push it down, you hear a pop. Make sure that it's tabbed in, or this will not tab in. It comes untabbed quite a bit and everything. You do have a different option too as well. If you don't want to have the wings angled down, you can just untab it and move it up, and they will look, straight instead of, angling down. But since it's a Tetrajet, I like them angled down and everything. But I do like all the weapons. You got the guns up here on the wings, and you do have all the guns down here on the bottom, which looks really good. You can open up the cockpit, which is pretty cool. Nice little feature. Why not? And everything. It's just, I wish they could have maybe hid the hands a little better than that. Other than that, looks pretty good. I do like the alt mode for Starscream. So there you go. All right, here is Wheelie. We got Magic Square Prowl. And there's New Age, Toxitron. And I'll throw in Magic Square Slag as well. Here's a Deluxe Class Red Alert from Siege. And last but not least, as always, Dustbuster Jazz. And there's some scale for you. All right, back to transformation. Here is Transformers 1 Studio Series Starscream. There's a head sculpt. Looks pretty good. You know, looks all right. It's got a dome head. We got the nice painted eyes, which are red, which I like that. No light piping. His helmet is painted as well. Gunmetal silver. Then you got the gray for the face. Little tan right here for the paint. You got the intakes. They're painted. Nice gold right there. A little bit of a gunmetal silver right there, which is nice. And right here. And looks like the blue is painted right there and the gunmetal for the toes. Very nice. On the back, looks good. You can put this back here and store weapons if you want to. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Gunmetal right there. Looks good with the blasters and everything. Looks nice. Tons of waffles. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, as far as articulation, so you look down quite a bit. Not much up. You can untab it. It does break up the sculpt, but you can get a little bit up there and you can look up all the way around and a little attitude as well. You got the Aegis wheel working shoulder pads. They are on a little nub thing right there. A lot of nubs. Just be aware of that. They will pop off. And then you can go, you move that, you can go up to there. You can go all the way around, manipulate around the wings. You do got more than 90 degrees for the elbow bend. You do have a bicep swivel, but it's really tight. And nothing for the hands. That sucks too. All right, so with the wings, you do got a hinge back here and a swivel. There's a ball peg back here, so you can get some nice range right there. You can, if you want to, flip these out if you want. You know, they are for alt mode, but you can flip them out if you want and have that. That's really nice options. All right, moving down below, no waist swivel at all. I don't know what it is, man. Earthrise didn't get one. I go back to the Siege, Tetrajet, which is a really great mold. And yeah, so no waist swivel. That sucks. No hand movement. You get almost full Van Damme all day, every day. You can kick up really high and kick back. You can. There's a little nub right there, or a tab. You can move it out of the way, or try to move out there and get backwards right there. You do got a thigh swivel. You got a nice knee bend, more than 90 degrees. Really nice. Toe tilt down. Nothing up and no rocker at all. So very, very disappointing for the articulation. Really can't get them into a lot of poses. It's really the same stance and everything. When I was taking pictures, and it's just like, it's kind of boring. But there's the back, cleans up pretty good. Not a huge backpack. You do got the, whatever the null rays. Couldn't think what they were. You do have, so you can take this apart. You can use this, like I said earlier, like maybe as a flamethrower. That'd be pretty cool. You can do that. Or you can, like I said, you can have them together. And he can hold this in one hand too as well. But you can combine them and make a super duper gun, which has waffles. That's another thing. Tons of waffles. You got waffles on the thighs, back here. They try to cover it right there. Waffles right there in the forearms and everything. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There is Starscream accessories. And there's Studio Series A6 Prime. You got Prima Prime back there from Age of the Primes. You got Sideswipe, Gears, and Brawn. You got Corkax Wheelie, and then I threw in Tis McGee Redgar. And there's some scale for you. And Crapagonics, Crappy Tool Paper, AAA Battery, Car Mix, Cadbury's, Kicker, and Squeaks. More scale. Well, hey there, everybody. You made it this far as always. I freaking appreciate that. All right, final thoughts on Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. I'm really disappointed in this one, man. There's a lot of issues with it. The alt mode looks pretty good from the front. On the back, you can see the hands just sticking out. I wish they would have figured out how to cover those up. You can see the feet, so it's not the prettiest in the back. But overall, it looks pretty good in alt mode. I like that. I've always liked the Tetrajet kind of mold. Looks really good. Transformation is pretty fun. Nothing really hard or anything like that. Just be careful, or wary. There's a lot of nubs, with the nub stuff and everything. I took off the whole, his chest and his shoulders. That popped off and everything. You could pop it right back on. But there's a lot of nub stuff, little nubs and everything. So just be wary of that, because stuff will pop off during transformation, especially going from bot mode to alt mode. You'll see that a lot. So just be careful. But you can just pop it back on. But, anyways. Bot mode looks pretty good. It's fine. I like the head sculpt. Looks pretty good. The paint. You got some decent paint. You got some gunmetal silver. I love they painted their eyes red. That's good. Got some tan, some gold. I said gunmetal silver throughout. They did paint the weapons, so that's pretty good. So I like that. Articulation is not good at all. No waist swivel. I know I hark back with the Siege Tetrajets. They were so good. And I just can't understand why they don't give this guy. They did it with Earthrise, and they did it with him. You just had no waist swivel, and you don't have a rocker, so very limited in posing everything. So it's not really fun. I mean, I got a couple of pictures, but it's the same pose, and that really sucks and everything. So and waffles. I know I hate harping on waffles because that's just part of it. Part of the Transformers now. But there's just thighs. You got the back of the heel spurs for some reason. I know you don't see them when they're displayed or anything like that, but why put them there? You got the back of the legs. They cover it up a little bit, but you still got a gap right there. Forearms, it's just a lot of waffles. The gun, just come on, man, come on. But yeah, materials feel fine. I didn't think I was going to break anything like that. But you see a lot of mushroom pegs, and it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I think they didn't really do a great job with this one. There was so much potential for him. But anyways, hope you like my review. Hit me up on like, share, prayers, and Care Bears. Hit that sub button for me if you don't mind. Hit me up some comments. Tell me about the review. Does anybody get this guy? What do y'all think of the Transformer 1 stuff already? Most of it's pretty good, I guess. I think Elita 1's coming out pretty soon as well, so I'll be picking her up. But hit me up or follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. Everything's in the description. And go buy some stuff at Show Z and use Deluxe32 at the top. It really helps out the channel. And I guess I'll see you in the next Transformer review. And as always, be good to yourself. Hail freaking Transformers, and hail freaking, man, I wish we were getting a trilogy for Transformers 1, man. Because I really like the movie, and that really sucks. Maybe they'll go back and do it. I doubt it, but you can always, always wish and everything. So anyways, what's up, Starscream? Hey, what's up, Starscream? Why do they call you Pooper Scooper? Because I got a scooper and I scoop some poop. Why do you scoop poop? I don't know. Alrighty. Good talk. Good night, folks.